Minkä päällä lakukastike maistuu parhaalta? Ei voi tietää, ellei kokeile. Kouvolan lakritsi.
Hello and welcome to coverage of the ECL 24 Spring Light Division Finals. My name is Brandon B. Major Bigsby. We are so glad to have you all with us here today, as today we will crown a champion as Zenegeim look to overcome a 3-0 series deficit against the number 1 seed, former Elite Division side, Nordic Stars. Both of these two teams have been dominant all season and all postseason long. Zenegeim came undefeated in the playoffs before this series, while Nordic Stars, they have lost just 3 games all playoffs long, 2 in the regular season and just 1 so far in the postseason. These have been 2 of the most dominant teams in this division, and now just 1 game separate Nordic Stars from their first championship trophy. But they still have to take care of a bit of business here today. Zenegeim going to come in hungry. You know they're going to look to try to make things happen. It would be a miraculous comeback. We've seen it happen in the real NHL already in the Stanley Cup final. Can Zenegeim do something similar? As we will take a quick look at the bracket to show you how these two teams got to this point here today. And as you can see, Nordic Stars with a solid, and not just solid, but really dominant path. Same for Zenegeim. Both of them pretty much just bulldozing their way into this final. As you see, Nordic Stars playing Opfin Smoothie HC, a sweep. Avalanche, the 6th seed, a very good team that have been one of the staples of the Light Division. Have been one of the better teams in this division for a while. Were able to knock them out in 5 to earn their way into this final. And then Zenegeim, really same thing. They were able to beat DEG Esports in a sweep, and then were able to beat Mites in a sweep. As we mentioned, they swept their entire way through the playoffs, or to the finals rather. So it makes sense that they were able to make it into this final so easily. But now they go up against a Nordic Stars team that is equally as talented, and it's just been a struggle for them so far. 2 to 3 games were decided by 1 goal, so Zenegeim can't feel too down on themselves. They lost 2 of these games close, could easily be 2-1 Nordic Stars, or potentially even 2-1 them if things go a little bit differently, but just not the way the ball rolled, and Nordic Stars coming in with that commanding 3-0 series lead. And by the way, that bronze match between Mites and Avalanche not started yet, but the winner of that Mites Avalanche series will move on to the Pro Division. That is an automatic promotion spot on the line between the 4 and 6 seeds, so we'll have to wait and see how that ends up going, but something to look out for there. That'll be an interesting series to watch out for as those two fight for a spot for promotion. Now let's take a look at the team matchups to see how these two teams have performed so far in the postseason. And as you can see, heavy offensive advantage towards Nordic Stars. This was the best offensive team in the Light Division, bar none, during the regular season. 3 forwards, all making the top 3 in the forwards for scoring, all on Nordic Stars. So it just goes to show you how dominant these guys were on the offensive end. And Zenegeim, no slouch. You know, they've been very good on the offensive end. It might look a little bit more skewed due to how good Nordic Stars have been at scoring goals, but the defense for Zenegeim has really been the story for them. 24 goals against compared to the 38 of Nordic Stars. So despite Nordic Stars being a great offensive team, Zenegeim a little bit better so far this season in their own end. So something else to look out for. And by the way, if you want to know the regular season stats between these two, Nordic Stars average nearly 6 goals per game. That is an insane amount, while Zenegeim only allowed 1.82 goals per game. So these were 2 of the best teams in the league in those respects on the regular season side of things as well. We're going to see if they can repeat that here for the rest of this final series. It's going to be especially important for Zenegeim having that 3-0 deficit. Let's take a quick look at the starting lineups for both of these two sides, as things will remain the same from what we saw in the first 3 games of this series. We would start out with the number 3 seed in Zenegeim. 3 trio of forwards: Rakas Pakas at left wing, Sanez at center, and Imasi at right wing. Well, the back defending pairing will be Savanainen and Johannes. In between the pipes will be Esko Etika, while for the number 1 seeded Nordic Stars at left wing, Masen Toitanu. The center, Virde, their captain, at right wing, Jurax. While back on defense will be Katanarski and Kim. And in between the pipes and goal will be Sake, the engineer. A lot of experience between these two sides. Obviously, Nordic Stars, a team with a lot of brand recognition, being in the Elite Division for a long time. But, that team over on the other side, Zenegeim, has a lot of pro experience as well. A lot of players that were from Bro that were on that team. A lot of players that were really up there in that division that have been able to find their way to success with this Zenegeim team. Also, a few players that played for Pasilanska in the Light Division, a very successful Light Division team over the years. It's going to be interesting to see if they can come together here over these next few games to try to mark the comeback, as we'll take a look at the positional matchup. Starting out with the centers, it'll be Sanez versus Verde, and wow, you just look at that point discrepancy. It really does pop out at you. Verde, 72 points in the playoffs is absolutely absurd. And I mean, man, you just look at that. It's absolutely insane to see. As we mentioned, Verde, the captain, the main captain for this Nordic Stars team. This is a guy that had 99 points in the regular season with 45 goals and 54 assists in 26 games. Crazy to see these a little bit under that, but you just keep it in context. He's playing playoff teams, and it just is all that more impressive. But don't forget Sanez over on the other side, 28 points, an astounding 57.8 face-off percentage as well. Those possession battles can be so important. And, Sana is a guy that really has been able to step up in the past. He was great for them in the regular season. Only played 12 games, but at 35 points in the 12 games he played. That is a 3-point per game tally right there nearly that he was able to get. Someone to look out for that side over for them. Now for the wingers for both of these two teams, and we take a look at it. The Nordic Star is going to have the heavy advantage, obviously, but a little bit more even than what we saw on the center matchup. You see for Zenegeim, Rakos Pakaus, 39 points in the 19 games he's played, and Imasi, the one really leading the way on the goal-scoring side, 30 goals in the 19 games he has played, a total of 45 points so far in the playoffs as well. Really not too far off from Masan Toitanu for Nordic Stars, who has 50 points, 26 goals, 26 assists, 91 shot attempts. Well, for Yurdax, 102 shots. He has 68 points, 31 goals, and 37 assists. Again, Yurdax, one of the guys that has been a main staple for this Nordic Stars team for so long in their journey. He was great in the upper divisions. It is no surprise really whatsoever to see him succeeding here in the Light Division. This is a guy that, again, played for many seasons up in the Elite Division, played a couple of seasons in Pro, played last season in the Light Division with Almost Famous, made it to the bronze match with them, and now Almost Famous are going up to Elite after winning the Pro Division Championship. So a guy that has a lot of experience, has continued to impact playoff performances. We'll see if he can at least have one more in him to help lead this team to that Light Division trophy. Now to the defense for both of these two sides. As for Zenegeim, you look at them, Salvinainen and Johannes both have been spectacular all season long. They've continued that form here in the playoffs. They've been able to put up points, but they've been especially impactful on the defensive end. You see both of them willing to throw the body around, 58 hits and 68 hits respectively. Both of them in double-digit shot blocked. Again, you kind of feel bad for them because against 99% of teams, these stats would look just beyond impressive, but then you compare it to these guys over at Nordic Stars with Kadenarski and Kim, and you almost just slighted a little bit because of how big the discrepancy of the numbers are, and you have to remember how good those guys over at Zenegeim are. I mean, you look at Kadenarski, 41 points in 20 playoff games, 24 shots blocked, 72 hits. He's, again, a guy that has a lot of experience on the Pro and Elite Division side. He just does a little bit of everything, really, and he's a guy that has been an impact defenseman for a long time. He has helped this Nordic Stars team yet again, and he's someone that if you go to the good old report, the review on this final, a big shout out to Hani who wrote that up. Something that Zenegeim were looking out for were Kadenarski over at that lefty side. It was something that Johannes said that they were really going to be keying in on. It was trying to slow him down because that was where a lot of the creativity came from. Johannes even quoted saying, Kadenarski is surely the most creative player with Verde. They can create some nasty plays, even in the final. So Kadenarski going to be an impact guy to look out for. And then you have Kim next to him, who has really been the shutdown guy. 173 hits, 16 shots blocked, has over a point per game himself. It's going to be fun to see how these two end up pairing. Two of the strongest men you will see in the ECL as well off of the ice. So gonna be fun to see how Zenegeim can stop them and slow them down on the defensive end. And last but not least, the goaltending battle. We see so many times where goalies can steal games. These two, no different. Sake the Engineer and Esko Etika, both of them over an 85 save percentage. Esko Etika at 88.5, Sake the Engineer at an 86.1. The shutout's really the one glaring difference between the two. Esko Etika, 6 shutouts in his 19 playoff games played. That is nearly 30% of his games so far this season being shutouts. Extremely impressive what he has been able to do. And Sake and the Engineer, really no different. You know, he has been able to step up for this team, be an impact goaltender. It's easy to kind of forget about the goalies on teams like these just because they are so dominant on the offensive end, but you know, he's a guy that's been able to step up. And as we mentioned, 2 of the 3 games in this final so far decided by just 1 goal. So Sake has been a big reason for that. He's going to have to continue to step up here today if his team wants to find his way to that championship trophy. Now, our keys to the game. What are these teams going to need to do to find their ways to a championship in this series? We will start out with Zenegeim as number 1, limit the scoring chances. They have got to find a way to stop Nordic Stars from getting so many shots on net. The time and attack in this series has been rather even so far for both sides, but Nordic Stars have been able to find their way to those shot opportunities a little bit easier. So Zenegeim going to have to closing things up a little bit on their own end, deny some of those shooting lanes, maybe blocking a few more shots, maybe forcing the cycle on the outside a little bit more. That's going to be a big key for them to try to slow down this Nordic Stars offense. And as we mentioned, time and attack numbers have been even. I think Zenegeim on the offensive end have to take more advantage of their time and attack. Try to find some more shots for yourselves. In 2 of their 3 games, just 10 shots on net. Not bad, but ideally not going to be enough to beat this Nordic Stars team that, as we mentioned, arguably one of the best offensive teams we have ever seen in the Lite division. So they are going to have to find a way to take a bit better advantage of their offensive zone time. And then lastly, continue to keep these games close. I mean, I've said it over and over, but I'm going to say it again. 2 of these 3 games have been decided by 1 goal. It's just a play here and a play there. There's not that much really separating these 2 teams. They can just continue to keep these games close while making those adjustments that they need to make, learning what they learned from the games yesterday. They could potentially make something happen here. I know it seems like a long shot, a 3-0 deficit, so hard to claw back from, but if any team can do it, it is the Zenegeim team. They just had to keep it close while executing on those adjustments that they learned from those games yesterday. Now, Nordic Stars. What do they need to do to seal the deal? How do they close this thing out? And I think number 1, when you look at things, it's lean on your veterans. Lean on those guys like Yurdex, Katanarski, Virde, the guys that have been up there before and have played in these important games in the upper divisions. Nordic Stars, they came down to the Light division to try to rebuild things. They were sort of stuck in no man's land in the Elite division, and they decided to go ahead, come down the Light for a season, try to build their way back up. We've seen a couple of teams do that over the last season, and so far it has rewarded them aptly. But I think in this series, you have to lean on your veterans. You have to lean on those quote-unquote star players that have played in this big moments, have played on that big stage before. Lean on them, let them lead you to victory. And number 2, limit mistakes. The one thing the Nordic Stars did have a bit of a bugaboo on in the first 3 games of the series, that they did give the puck away a little bit. Again, Zenegeim, a very good defensive team, an elite level defensive team in this division. They are prone to making the team have those mistakes, forcing those turnovers. That's something that Nordic Stars are going to have to look out for. The more you give that puck away, the more you give Zenegeim a little bit of life to counterattack on the other end and create offensive opportunities. And then finally, remember who Zenegeim is. Do not dare underestimate them. Nordic Stars, they're a team that have plenty of experience, plenty of talent. You know, it's interesting. They're going to have to be a team that are a little bit humble in this one just because, again, you have that 3-0 lead. It's easy to come in and be a little bit, confident. There's nothing wrong with that, but nevertheless, you can't be overconfident. You have to try to find that way to put all that aside and get one win in this series. Not saying Nordic Stars are an overconfident team. They've been here plenty of times before. They know how to make it happen, but they're going to have to remember that here in this series if they want to close this thing out. 3-0 lead, that's great, but Zenegeim still a very good defensive team. We'll see if they can make it happen and get this Light Division Championship, as we will go back into the booth here as we get things set up here for game number 4. And guys, tell me what you think in the chat. Do you think that Zenegeim are going to be able to pull off the comeback, or will Nordic Stars go ahead and close things out here for this game 4 as It's going to be a lot of fun. Again, these are two teams I think most people would agree are much better than Light Division material. Nordic Stars, a team that obviously have spent a lot of time in the Elite Division, a little bit of time in the Pro Division as well. Zenegeim, a team that has a lot of experience in terms of having players in the upper divisions. This is their first official season as a team, but nevertheless, a team that does have a lot of experience within their roster. So it's going to be interesting, really, to see how this goes and where this happens. And, for Nordic Stars, how do they look in this game for obviously being up 3-0? I think that's a genuine conversation. Do they come in a little bit too relaxed? Or do they find their way into, just a bit of a consistency? Do they continue that momentum that they had from yesterday? And that's going to be a big question for them. Do they close it out early, or do they give Zenegeim a little bit of life to find their way here into the series? It's going to be really fun to watch. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see this happen as these two teams do currently get set up. It looks like they are searching right now. So game number 4, just a couple of minutes away as they have matched up. The 3 seed versus the 1 seed, game number 4 on tap. And again, the championship is on the line. This is a best of 7, the first of 4 wins. So Nordic Stars need to win just 1 game on today's broadcast in order to clinch themselves a championship here today and move their way up at least into the Pro Division, while, again, is in the game, a team that going to try to move their way up into those divisions as well. I think everyone would agree these are two teams that should be in the upper divisions with their talent level. They've made their way to the championship, and now trying to clinch their way to it. As you get a look really quickly at the lobby, a lot of the familiar builds that you would see, a couple of different ones, a couple of snipers on the side of Nordic Stars. I saw a playmaker on the side of Zenegeim. And, it's one of those things. The builds, obviously, a lot of meta builds that you'll typically see with the puck-moving defensemen, but see a couple of guys switch it up for their team, and depending on their play style, looks like both of these teams having a bit of variance on the side of builds here. See the lineups here one more time for both of these two sides. We are ready to go for game number 4. Zenegeim versus Nordic Stars. Nordic Stars up 3-0 in the series. 1 victory away from a championship. We look at the perspective of Zenegeim, and we are underway. As Zanez gets it past the blue line. Moves it over for just a second, but couldn't hold as he passes it over. Shot off on the point. Hits the post! An early chance for Zenegeim, but could not put it in. Emalsi passes across. Shot! They score! Zanez converts on the cross crease, and it's an early 1-0 lead for the team, down 3-0 in the series. As you get a look at the replay, just a quick cross crease, Zenegeim, they were really pushing the issue there early. You could tell they were hungry. You could tell they were looking for that early opening goal. They find it just a couple of minutes into this game 4. An early 1-0 lead here. Not even 90 seconds in, and we have our first tally. Things could get interesting if that is an omen for how this broadcast could go here today. Nordic Stars weren't able to keep it in the zone, and now Zenegeim come in on the other end. Turned over, and Nordic Stars now have possession. Kalinarski moves it up, tries to hit Verde down the middle, but could not find him in stride. Now in control, taking their time. A nice forecheck here from Nordic Stars as Zenegeim tries to break it. Do so for just a second, but bump from behind, and Nordic Stars create the turnover. Trying to break past the blue line, but bump from behind themselves. Now Zenegeim coming on the other end. Up loose in the corner board, found first by Nordic Stars. Kalinarski skates it up in the neutral zone. Gives it up over. Verde with it. Tried to skate through the slot, but poke checked away. Puck loose over down low and found by Johannes. Emalsi got it and will go back down low to reset. Nordic Stars applying that forecheck, trying to force a turnover with that pressure. Being able to break it. Lose it. Now here comes Nordic Stars on the other end as a penalty going to be called against Zenegeim. And Nordic Stars now going to go on the power play. Our first power play of this game, a slashing. Going to be charged here against Johannes. As you get a look at it right there. So power power play opportunity now for Nordic Stars, trying to find the tying answer after allowing that early goal just 90 seconds in. Zenegeim won in the defensive zone. They clear it out for just a moment, but not all the way. Kanarski holds it over at the point. Skates in. Kanarski pass across. Backhand shot, and they score! Nordic Stars tie this one up, and it's the captain in Verde who puts it in the back of the net. The sweeping backhand shot, Katanarski to Verde. That's exactly what Zenegeim was concerned about coming into this series. They said it. Katanarski, one of the more creative defensemen you'll find. Him and Verde, they have that connection. Well, they connect again right there, and it ties this thing up at one apiece. So a 1-1 scoreline now. Zenegeim now move it up. Controlled now by Nordic Stars. Back to Kaminarski at the point on the pass. From Awesome Toytu, who's a shot on, was saved. Here comes Zenegeim on the other end. Controlled for a second, they get it back. And we'll see. Pass to the slot, picked off there. Nice defensive play there made by Urax. Jumped inside. Picked up behind the net there by Savanainen. Johannes now controls it. Passed off the boards and recollects himself. Gives it to Sanez. A delayed penalty called against Nordic Stars, so a power play upcoming for Zenegeim, and we'll see what the call is for, but Zenegeim a chance to get that goal back on a power play of their own as Nordic Stars heading to the box. Masen Toitanu, who is going to be the guilty party, as you see the interference call right there in the middle of the ice. No doubt about that one. The face-off going to be to the left side of Sake. That's his own face-off, won by Nordic Stars, cleared out. Urax gets it on the slap shot from Kalinarski, pass across, shot on. So it was poke checked away before it could find its way to Escoetica. Nice defensive play there made by Zenegeim on the power play. Move it up the ice now. Johannes at the point, gives it up to Savanainen. Marcus Pakas back to the point, shot on the one-timer from Imasi, was saved, and the puck goes out of play. Well creative play there by Zenegeim, a very good power play unit. You saw the numbers earlier, right around that 30% mark with the extra attackers so far in these playoffs. And at the point, Savanainen up to Rakas Pakas, back to Savanainen. Lost it, picked up by Nordic Stars, who just cleared this out. 25 seconds remaining on the power play for Zenegeim. In the offensive zone, Sanez dumps it down low to Imasi. Imasi controls it, back to 5-on-5 now as Urax out of the box, but the one-time scores! Imasi puts it in, and Zenegeim retake their lead in the later stages of this first period. Get a look at the replay there, just able to beat Sake glove side. A bit of an odd animation there that Sake got, but nevertheless a picture-perfect aim on the one-timer from Imasi. And just like that, Zenegeim retake their lead, a 2-1 scoreline over Nordic Stars here in Game 4. A must-win game, championship hopes on the line here for Zenegeim. Spackhouse gives it down low to Imasi, tried to get the shot on, but it was blocked in front. Picked up by Nordic Stars. Kim controls it and gives it to Katanarski. Now up to Masen Toitanu. Pass across the saw, shot on, save made by Escoetica. Picked up by Zenegeim, behind the net, held by Savanainen. Moves it up the left boards, up to Rakas Pakas. Right side now as Johannes gets it, lost it for a second, but retrieved it and gives it down to Sanez at the right corner board. Now to Rakas Pakas, holding it, back to the point to Savanainen. 2 minutes to play here, shot on from the point, blocked in front. Rakas Pakas gets it back at the left side. Over the corner, goes down with Sanez, who's looking for space. Now to Imasi. Imasi's shot hit the post, and it almost tried to trickle its way in. But Sake, the engineer, able to get a hold of that one for a stoppage. Zenegeim controlling the offensive end so far, much different from what we saw in the first 3 games where it was rather even, but Nordic Stars got the better of the opportunities. So far, it's been Zenegeim controlling the offensive end as they win the offensive zone faceoff. Shot on was saved by Sake the engineer and picked up by his defender in front. That was Kim that got that. Masantoy now with it, gives it over to Verde. Finds the way back to Masantoy to puck loose behind the net and found by Urax. Tried to get that pass to the point to Katanarski, but the shot wouldn't go. That will do it for period 1. Zenegeim up 2-1 here after 20 minutes, and action-packed opening period of game number 4 is... This was the play that opened up the scoring just 70 seconds into the first period. Nordic Stars were able to find the tying goal on the power play, but Zenegeim were able to strike right back with just about 6 minutes remaining on that one-time shot right there from Imasi. Get a look at the stats now, and it's about what you probably would have expected based on the eye test. As Zenegeim with a few more shots on net, finding their way as well to a good amount of time on attack, and that really was the difference, it felt like, in those 3 games. Again, all 3 games were rather close. The time on attack, not a big difference, but Nordic Stars, for the most part, were able to find a few more shots. It was really only in game 3 where Nordic Stars were at a disadvantage in shots on net. So it was 13-11 in favor of Zenegeim in that contest, but feels like Zenegeim have figured out Nordic Stars more and more as this series has gone on. Maybe the day has helped them here. They've gotten better game by game. So we are underway now for period 2, and Nordic Stars looking for the responses. That play goes offsides. Nordic Stars not able to get collected on the blue line. This is where adjustments become very, very important in games like these. How do Nordic Stars adjust now that Zenegeim have found things here a little bit as this series has gone on? Obviously not too concerned, a 3-0 series lead, but you don't want to give Zenegeim any life. We have seen 3-0 series leads squandered plenty of times before as a one-time shot saved by Escoetica. Nordic Stars still pushing, but not able to find anything. What a save there for Zenegeim to get as they come on the counterattack. This is Imasi. Back to the point. It was controlled by Johannes, but not for long, as here comes Nordic Stars on the counter-attack. And the cross, they score! Urax on the cross-crease play, and Nordic Stars tie this one back up at 2. It was Verde to Urax, a combination that has long succeeded for this Nordic Stars team. It was on the counter-attack this time around, as you get a look at that replay there, just not enough coverage for Zenegeim on that one. And we are tied once again. 2 apiece with 16-16 to go. As here comes Urax on the other end once again. Pass across, could not find this man. That was Verde. Tried to reverse the last goal. A shot on, they score! It's Verde yet again! Nordic Stars take the lead for the first time in this game. His second goal of this contest, and all of a sudden, all of the momentum shifting to the side of Nordic Stars. As you get a look at the replay, they just throw that shot on net on the wraparound attempt down low. That's going to be one that Escoetica maybe wants to have back. Tough to make that stop, but one that you ideally would like to make. Is Zenegeim now down by 1, and Nordic Stars maybe not done still. As Verde shot on from the slot was blocked in front. Here comes Zenegeim on the other end. They just dump this out, and it will lead to an icing. It's so crazy how fast these games can turn. It felt like Zenegeim had everything going for them, all the momentum, a 2-1 lead, and 2 goals in less than 5 minutes. Nordic Stars able to find their way on top. As Urax gets that face-off win, wasn't able to pull the trigger for a shot. Pakis gets it. He holds it at the left board, trying to skate his way in, but turned over. Stanis has it, tried to pass it across, but deflected. Shot from the point there was saved by Sake. the corner board and brought up to the point to Savanainen. Now to Rakis at the left side. Pass in front, shot almost blocked again. Here comes Yurdex on the other end. Lost control of that puck as he picked it up. Weird little bounce there against Nordic Stars, but big advantage for Zenegeim. Zenegeim has it, trying to move it past the blue line, but couldn't find it. Johannes was trying to move it up there to Savanainen. He'll just dump this one in the offensive zone. Race to the puck, picked up by Rakis. Now to Sanes. Tried to find the man in the middle, Eddie Mossy, but couldn't hit him cleanly, but he gets it to him after the fact. Battle 4 on the right boards. Well checked away and found first by Katanarski, who has been amazing yet again here in this game 4. 41 points for the left defender of Nordic Stars. He has it now, but lost the puck. Zenegeim trying to move it in past the blue line. Patient breakout, finds Rakos, down to Sanes moving it up to the right point, but nobody home, as Johannes was late getting into the offensive zone. Here comes Nordic Stars, down shot on, save made by Eskoetika, but the power play upcoming for Nordic Stars, a tripping call. Going to go against Imasi, the right winger for Zenegeim. In the second power play attempt of the night coming up for Nordic Stars, they converted on their first. Face off to the right side of Eskoetika. On the defensive zone and dumped in. I'll give it a quick clear out, and Nordic Stars will have to reset. Narski controlling it, gives it up over to Verde, skating his way in patiently. Pass across to Yurdex. Yurdex holds it, gives it up to the point to Kim, back to Katanarski. Katanarski over at the face-off dot, trying to find some space for a pass or a shot. Gates in, spins, pass across to Yurdex, shot from the high slot, blocked in front, puck loose. Found by Zenegeim and dumped away. A nice clear on a great penalty kill so far for Zenegeim. They need to kill this off. Katanarski controlling it. Pass across, picked off there by Savanainen, and then cleared all the way out. Should lead to killing off the rest of that power play, that will. Zimossi now out of the box, and he controls the puck now. Gives up to the point to Johannes. Skates in. Johannes shot on, gloved away there by Sake the engineer, and he'll hold on for a stoppage. Less than 5 minutes to play here in period number 1. As you saw the shots so far on net, 7-7. Nordic Stars have found a lot more offense here in the second period, as the one-timer was attempted by Savanainen but picked off by Nordic Stars. Rakis gives it over to Johannes, who will move this up. Finds Sanes to Rakis at the right corner, back up to the point. Savanainen shot on, puck loose in front, collected by Sake, and he'll hold on again for a whistle. Game starting to find their stride here like they did in the first period of this one. To get another look at that great glove save there. A little bit earlier, that one almost found its way past the line there on the animation after. Nevertheless, defensive zone face-off upcoming for Nordic Stars. To the right of Sake, and it's won by Nordic Stars. Here comes Masentoitanu on the other end. Controlling it at the corner point, gives it up to the point, shot on from the point. Does not go, was blocked in front. Loose in the offensive zone, couldn't find anything. Kim gives it up over to Katanarski, spins, holds it, shot from the point once again. This one was blocked once again as well. Here comes Rakis. Trying to find something. Gives it up over. Trying to look for a shot here with Zenegeim. Little time left. Bumped off of that puck, and that will do it for period number 2. Nordic Stars find the pair of goals here in the second period. They lead 3-2. And now they lead 3-0 in the series as well. 1 period away from the Light Division title. Can they finish the job here? That's a look at the goal that gave them the lead, that wraparound attempt there by Verde that found its way past Eskoetika. going to be interesting to compare the stats from that first period, and rather even once again. Zenegeim and Nordic Stars both at 8 shots apiece. Zenegeim with a little bit more time on attack, but a lot of that in the first period. As we get a look at those goals from the second period, both from Nordic Stars. They tied the game with that cross-crease play between Verde and Yurdax, and then Verde, less than 2 minutes later, able to get in the offensive zone, found that puck on the pass behind the net, and was able to beat Escoetica on that wraparound attempt to give his team the lead. Nordic Stars 1 period away from a Lite Division title. It's in a game potentially 1 period remaining in their postseason unless they can find a comeback here. Salvinainen controls it and tries to move it up the left boards, but nobody home. It was picked off by Yurdax. Kalinarski controls it. He's just going to take his time and reset. Nordic Stars not wanting to make any silly mistakes here. Up by 1 and leading the series 3-0. Trying to close this thing out. Turn it over eventually as Zenegeim has it and move it up slowly but surely. Mossi controlling it, bump from behind, still has it as Rakis gets it and gives it up to the point to Savanainen. Savanainen lost that puck, and here comes Nordic Stars on the other end. A potential 3-on-2. Yurdax controlling a shot on, saved there by Escoetica, and a penalty going to be called as well against the Nordic Stars. So a power play coming up here for Zenegeim. Is that penalty going to go against Maasen Toitanu? As that was the penalty right there during the transition play, and this is a big power play opportunity for Zenegeim, down by 1. Championship hopes on the line. You feel like you have to convert on this if you are the team in blue. Savanainen moves it to Johannes. Johannes over to Mossi. Got the second goal of the game for Zenegeim. Down low, Rakis. Back to the point to Savanainen. Savanainen back to Rakis. Tried to go for the wraparound, but couldn't get it on net. Another shot there from Mossi, blocked in front. As Kalinarski will just slap this one away to clear it out. Halfway through the Zenegeim power play, a few opportunities, but nothing in the net so far. Mossi moves his way past the blue line, but Sana's just a step ahead of him, and it's called offside. Nordic Stars win that neutral zone faceoff and dump it out. 22 seconds remaining on the power play for Zenegeim. Savanainen had it for a second, but lost it. Yurdax trying to dump this out, but he finds his man in Kalinarski first. Kalinarski holding it. Oh, the one-timer save made by Escoetica. It'll hold on for the freeze. A massive save from Escoetica, maybe keeping his team in this one. Could not afford to allow that second goal there, but the offensive zone face-off won by Nordic Stars. Estanes has it, lost it immediately. A teammate behind him able to pick it up. And then on the pass from Mossi, tried to hit him back, but it was offside. 12:28 to play here in regulation. Nordic Stars just holding on to their 1-goal lead, a 3-2 scoreline if you're just now joining us. Verde with 2 of the 3 goals, the captain for Nordic Stars. Controls it here for Nordic Stars now. Gives it up to Verde. Had it but lost it. Nice defensive play made by Johannes, but lost there as a shot on. Save made there by Escoetica. He's been good so far in this game. He's going to need a little bit of help in front of him, however, to make the comeback happen, as Zenegeim just cleared out and now lead to an icing. We want to talk about how dominant these two teams have been. Nordic Stars in the regular season, 24-2-0, 19-1 in the playoffs. Well, Zenegeim, 18-3-1 in the season, 16-3 in the playoffs, as a shot on was lightly brushed away, and now here comes Nordic Stars. Maasen Toitanu in control, pass across, tried to hit his man, and Verde but couldn't find him. Verde gets it back over on the boards, moves it around. Finds his way over to Toitanu, now down low to the Urax, but could not find a shot on. And now Zenegeim moving up the ice slowly but surely. They're in the neutral zone now, but turned over. Narski lost. Nice bump of the puck there by Imasi. Savanainen has it and gives it up over to Pakis. Now to Sanes. Back to Imasi, back to Sanes at the point. Shot on, blocked in front there by Toitanu. Zenegeim still in control. Just a little bit over 6 minutes remaining. Shot from the point again. Brushed away there by Sake. Another shot. Oh, saved or blocked. I'm not totally sure. Open one-timer, not able to find its way. Nordic Stars on the attack now. Katanarski skates in, pass across, one-timer saved by Escoetica. Hold on for the freeze with 4:56 to play. And now Zenegeim entering dire straits here. Down by 1 in this game, down 3-0 in the series. They're gonna have to find their way to at least 1 goal. The shot from Kim from the point was blocked in front. Picked up, however, by Toitanu after the bounce up. Shot across, it hit the post! That could have been the dagger for Nordic Stars, but here comes Zenegeim on the other end. Puck given chase, but found it first by Katanarski for Nordic Stars. He moves it up, finds Toitanu at the left boards. Passed across over to Yurdax. Nordic Stars content just taking their time. They don't need a goal necessarily, they just have to kill off this clock. Just 2.5 minutes away from the title. As a power play upcoming for Nordic Stars, a tripping call against Zenegeim. A massive, massive call. As this one going to go against Pakis. Up by 1 man advantage for Nordic Stars, so Zenegeim going to have to not just lock in on the defensive end, but they're going to have to be aggressive here. Cannot afford to just kill off time. There's only going to be about 36 seconds remaining in regulation by the time Pakis gets out of the box, as Nordic Stars control it. Yurdax to the point to Kim. Moving it in. Back to Katanarski. Has space. Pass across. Shot. They score! Toitanu on the power play doubles the Nordic Stars lead. A 4-2 score. And could that be the one to clinch the title for Nordic Stars? As the pass across, the quick flick of the wrist from Toitanu. Escoetica, who has been phenomenal in this series, just not able to get there for that save. And with just 91 seconds remaining, Nordic Stars up by 2. Zenegeim going to have to act and act now. Pakis out of the box after that goal on the power play, and he moves it up to Savanainen. Saw that shot in the slot, couldn't get it. Another save there by Sake. Beautiful play, but a better save made. If Zenegeim scored that, it might be a different contest, but now Nordic Stars split possession in the offensive zone, up by 2. Sanes gets it after the turnover. Moves up to Johannes. Johannes at the right board, stops, gives it to Imasi. Tried to pass it across, puck loose in front, but picked up by Verde. Holding it, killing time, just 27 seconds remain. Pakis, pass across, couldn't find anything there as he tried to hit the man in Johannes. As a breakaway, Toitanu pass across, shot hits the post, but goes in! It's Verde, his hat-trick goal in Game 4. And if there was any doubt, that goal right there should put it to rest. A 5-2 lead for Nordic Stars in what should be a championship-clinching victory. As you get a look at it, Toitanu, a breakaway to turn into a 2-on-0. Verde able to get there. Toitanu hits him on the pass perfectly, and it's an unfortunate result for Zenegeim, who had an astounding season. Just ran into a juggernaut Nordic Stars team, and I think many people felt when they found out they were going down to the Lite division, were going to likely be the team to beat. That's exactly what they have been so far, as just 5 seconds remain. The clock ticks down, 1 second, and that will do it. Nordic Stars in a clean sweep. They lost just 3 games, all season long, regular season and playoffs combined, in one of the most dominant seasons we have seen in the history of the ECL. Nordic Stars, your ECL 24 Spring Lite Division champions, in a clean sweep over Zenegeim. As this is a Nordic Stars team that have been around a long time, been many years in the pro division, moved their way up. This is their first title, however, in the ECL, as they decided to make the move down to the Lite division. So many players on this team have been around with this group in the past. Katanarski, Yurdak, Zvirde, all of them with elite division or pro division experience. But then you have some of the newer guys that came over on the squad that made an impact. You can't forget about them making the impact to give them that extra punch that they needed. Guys like Kim, guys like Sake, like Masantoy Tanu, who have come in and have made impacts on this team. And for Nordic Stars, about as close to a perfect season as you can get, they cap it off with a ECL Lite Division title, the first title in Nordic Stars team history. They do it in a sweep against Zenegeim, who in their first season as a club, nothing short of phenomenal. They had not lost a single playoff game before going up against this Nordic Stars team in the finals. They lost just 4 games in total during the regular season. You know, this again is a team that was astounding all season long. This is what a lot of people felt could have been the final. And it's exactly what it ended up being. Fortunate for Zenegeim, they couldn't find their way to a bit of a closer series, but nevertheless, a lot to be proud of. They will now look forward to the pro division, as well as Nordic Stars, as these two teams definitely prove they are probably a little bit above this Lite division. Nothing against the competitors in the Lite division, but I don't think anyone would debate that these two squads are just a level above. Nordic Stars that find their way to victory, a 4-0 sweep in this series, a 5-2 win in game number 4. As they do find their way to a title for the first time in club history. As we'll go back to the booth here. As again, a congratulations to Nordic Stars. We'll have an interview here as well with a representative of the Nordic Stars, so make sure you do stick with us for that. As congratulations to them on the championship. Again, Zenegeim, an amazing season for them as well, as it looks like we will have Zvirde, the captain for Nordic Stars, coming up here in just a few moments. We'll get that set up for you. We will not be done with our coverage here of the ECL 6v6 action, as we will have our quarterfinals here on stream Thursday. Not sure 100% on what the time of that cast will be, but make sure you keep an eye on all of our social medias at SportsGamer as we do announce that. We will have our quarterfinals streamed live here for coverage. So we are not done here at SportsGamer. We'll also have the ACL 1v1 Grand Finals upcoming here in the near future, so still plenty to look forward to. Nevertheless, Nordic Stars, the story here today, a 4-0 series sweep and a championship victory here in the Lite division. Have your day here in just a few moments. We'll take a short break here as we get that set up, but do not go away. Of an interview with the Nordic Stars captain Zvirde on the other side. We'll be right back. We'll hear a quick word from our sponsor, Over on Democracy. Do not go away. We'll be right back after a short break.
Minkä päällä lakukastike maistuu parhaalta? Ei voi tietää, ellei kokeile. Kouvolan lakritsi.
with us as we have Nordic Stars captain Virde with us. Virde, first of all, congratulations, ECL 24 Spring Light Division champions. First off, Ben, how are you feeling finally getting to the top of the mountain, clinching that title here today?
I'm feeling really good.
Yeah, man, I can't say I blame you. And just a dominant season, really, from you guys, losing a combined 3 games between the regular season and the playoffs. Arguably one of the most dominant seasons we've ever seen in any division in the ECL. I got to ask you, man, what do you feel like went behind you guys' success all season long?
I think it was the connection that me, Jerax, and Katunarski have had a long few years. We have played so much together, and I think Masentoitunen and Sake played very well. So Kim came back from little break, and he still needs to play this game.
Yeah, you mentioned some of the chemistry, obviously, that you and Yurdox and Katanarski have had. You guys have played together for years upon years, but let's talk about some of those guys that you were able to bring into the fold this season. How do you feel like they were able to really impact the series and complete this team overall to make you guys what you were?
I think we were missing really good goaltender, and we found Sake, this was his first season in the goal. So it was really little bit risky to take him, but we saw right from the start that he was going to be perfect fit for our team. And we had few other left wingers that we tried out before season, but I think it was instant chemistry with Max and Toitonen.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you're the captain of this Nordic Stars team. You've been along for this ride with them since the beginning. Just kind of going back and looking at this team's journey, obviously being up in elite, being in pro, taking a break from this team for a season or two, but coming back and moving down to the light division, and it results in a championship. How does it feel for you to finally see this team that you have been such a big part of, that you helped create, lift that title above your heads?
Uh, I think it's nice to say that we have won something, but I just really wanted to have fun with friends. That's why I moved down to divisions. Not really for the trophy, but just to play with friends and chill. But yeah, it feels great that we won this season.
Absolutely. Verde, last question for you here. Don't want to take up too much of your time for the celebrations. You mentioned just being able to play with your friends, wanting to have fun. That was going to be my next question was, what went behind the decision to move down to the light division? But now that we kind of know that, I kind of do want to ask you, how much more special is it knowing not just that you were able to win, that you can say that you won something, but to be able to do it with a group of people that are your friends and a group of people that you care about?
It's the best feeling that uh, you can have when you win with your friends. You always have fun playing, even if you lose. But especially when you win with friends, it's something special.
Absolutely, man. Well, Verde, congratulations, my man. Nordic Star is your ECL 24 Spring Light Division champions. Verde, before we let you go, I want to give you the floor. If there's anything you want to say, anyone you'd like to shout out.
I like to shout out our backup players, Abettaja and Niksu. They were always ready to jump in if we didn't have enough players. Luckily for them, they didn't have to play. But yeah, those are the people I want to thank.
Hey, no team can survive without those utility guys, without those backup guys. Gotta respect and giving them their deserved love. Verde, congratulations. Thank you again for taking a few moments and go celebrate with your friends, my man. Thanks again.
Yeah, thank you.
Alrighty, a big thank you again to Fearday for taking a few moments to chat with us. A great interview there. As you heard it, Nordic Star is a team that obviously plenty of experience in the light division and in the pro division, easily could be up there, but you heard him say it himself. The reason they wanted to move down was because he wanted to play with friends. It wasn't necessarily about winning. It wasn't necessarily about, winning a prize pool or anything of that nature. He just wanted to have fun. And, I think that is something that is a big part of this. Obviously everyone competitors, but you want to enjoy competing as well. And, give Nordic Star some credit. They came down, obviously caught a little bit of flack for coming down just because of the talent level of this team. But, if you're going to do that, you got to make sure you win, because if you don't, it can be a massive, massive drawback. There is some risk to moving down. There's no guarantee that you will immediately move back up. We're seeing that right now with Fallon Coal Miners, a team that decided to move down from the Elite Division to Pro. Didn't end up winning the championship. They are currently in the relegation series, but as of earlier today, we're down 2-1 in the relegation series against Renascore. So if they don't win that, they could very well still be stuck down in the pro division. So, I do get it. It's like, hey, you're moving down. You're probably a bit better the caliber of what this league is, but hey, you do have to earn your way back up. There's no guarantees you do that. Nordic Stars, at the very least, have guaranteed their spot into the pro division for next season. Another congratulations to Nordic Stars for that championship, as we will get one final look for finality purposes at the bracket, just to show you how this thing has completed itself. And doesn't look like that series is in just yet. It's not updated, but that is a 4-0 Nordic Stars series victory. They are your ECL Light Division champions for the Spring 24 season. Again, both them and Zenegeim on their way to the pro division, and the winner of that Mites versus Sawalanch series will be joining them next season, as those top 3 finishers do automatically earn their way into the second level of the ECL. And both Nordic Stars and Zenegeim, those are 2 teams I think that could come up from the light division and really be instant impacts. A lot of talent between those 2 squads. It's going to be fun to see how they evolve over the next some months, but today, it's all about the present. It's all about the championship, and Nordic Stars, for the first time in their club's history, have earned themselves a championship, a banner, up in the virtual rafters. As we will go back into the studio one more time. Congratulations to Nordic Stars on their title. Congratulations for Zenegeim on a spectacular season. Plenty for them to be proud of. As, again, make sure to join us here on Thursday at twitch.tv/SportsGamerGG. You can also find this on Twitter and on X streaming at SportsGamerGG. We will have finals coverage of the core division on Thursday. We do not have the time for a broadcast start just yet, but make sure you do keep an eye out on all of our social media pages at SportsGamerGG for the announcement of that. We will also have the ECL 1v1 Grand Finals here in the near future. Not 100% certain on the date for that yet, but again, that will be coming here in probably the next week or so, so do keep an eye out for that, as we do have a little bit more coverage here before we wrap things up in the ECL season. But that will wrap things up for our coverage here today and for the Light Division season. A big shout out to our amazing sponsor in COVID Unlocracy for all their amazing and generous support of us and everything we do here at the ECL over the years. A big thank you to Chris Ryan, who has done all the amazing productions behind the scenes, and everyone at SportsGamer, Kenu, and the entire staff for the work that they put in to make this league run and function. Congratulations to Nordic Stars, your Light Division champions for the Spring 24 season. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you guys again on Thursday for core finals coverage. Thank you all for watching, and have a great rest of the night.
Minkä päällä lakukastike maistuu parhaalta? Ei voi tietää, ellei kokeile. Kouvolan lakritsi.